Daniel Jones named the starter for the Colts officially.
Official.
Um, and I guess I I don't want to say we had the discussion of like is his career. Well, no, we kind of had the discussion at first of like could his career be over? Could it already be over?
Who AR?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was with the assumption that he would probably still get to play this year.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of on like the same leash as Bryce Young, but not in the same way. Like the same time frame, like
Okay.
3 years, but
Hmm.
not in the same regard. Like Bryce Young
Yes.
because he's on a shit team, and it's like, what can the Panthers get out of him? And it's not much. With
So
AR, it's like we don't know what we're looking at. We know what we've seen, and we've seen arm strength, talent, and then a little bit of running ability. But in terms of being a quarterback, it's not there.
yeah, we've seen athletic ability. We've seen his
Which is what we
athletic
saw
ability.
from him in college. There was no ability for
Yeah.
him to win. It was just he's a fucking athlete.
Well, that's the thing. You're a pure at you're a pure athlete, athletic freak. You're gonna be a 5-star athlete in high school. You're gonna go on, and if you still rely on your just raw athletic ability, you're probably still gonna be able to prevail at some point. And then you get to the NFL,
Until
and
you run into Daniel Jones.
you run into fucking Daniel Jones and Zach Wilson throwing touchdowns in the preseason, and we're wondering what you're doing.
Well, I mean, for the Colts, it's like, how many years can we sit around and start a guy who's dealing with injuries and dealing with still learning how to play the position
you know,
when you have, again, I mean, not a great team, but a few guys on there.
and the fact that it's sad that it had to be, it has to hurt or the fact that this has to hurt Anthony Richardson's career, is unfortunate. But I think that this might be the Colts' karma.
What do you mean?
Well, after Peyton left, they got their Andrew Luck, and they had their next star,
Yep.
and then they let him die on the field.
That's true.
They did not protect that man worth a fucking. They just never did. They never. I mean, that's literally who we bring up whenever we talk about any of these quarterbacks and how bad they need an offensive line. We go, look at Andrew Luck, look at Andrew Luck, look at Andrew Luck, and
Yeah.
look at how the Colts. I mean, and I mean, it's kind of like, all right, well, you got a guy who deserves to be taken care of, and you didn't take care of him, and he was constantly hurt, and now you got a guy who you can't even take care of because he's constantly hurt. Like it seems
Sure.
a little
But,
bit of
I mean, the other thing with AR was, yeah, his O line's shit and it forces him out and forces him to do stupid shit. But like, correct me if I'm wrong, the first season he got hurt was like the first few games he played. The first or second game he played, he gets a nasty concussion off of not protecting himself, diving for the end zone or whatever it was. And then did it multiple times. Ended up injuring his shoulder. That fucked him for the whole year. So just all this, like, I don't know if I can blame it on the Colts because
no. That's what I'm saying. It's not. This isn't the Colt. This isn't the Colts doing. This is the Colts doing of the past.
sure,
This is their
okay, I got you.
karma. This is Anthony Richardson can't stay healthy, and there's nothing the Colts can do about that.
No, like you're a mobile quarterback. Like Lamar's a mobile quarterback. Lamar doesn't take nasty hits often.
No,
Like
tries
he
not
has
to.
done everything he can to avoid hits and still be the best running quarterback. Um, so it's like there's a ton of guys in the NFL who are able to stay healthy and able to do things. But yeah, when it comes to quarterback, I mean, Daniel Jones isn't the answer, but it gives them a
No.
shot to make the playoffs.
Ugh.
It does.
Okay, but
AR doesn't.
the hold on, if the requirements are having a quarterback that you like are pretty sure you could keep healthy is like the requirement for possible to make the playoffs, sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else. Like what I mean, if Daniel Jones like being named the starter for the Colts means that they have a shot at the playoffs now, I mean, I guess everybody does besides the Saints.
Fair.
Like, I mean, who?
But
That's
no,
kind of crazy.
Daniel Jones is bad
And we've
compared
also
to
only
top
seen Daniel
quarterbacks in the
Jones.
NFL,
We've also only seen him play for the Giants.
which he has made the playoffs before and won a playoff game, but that is because of Saquon Barkley. Now he has a very good running back in Jonathan Taylor, so if he can stay healthy and keep this team out of trouble in terms of turning the ball over, I think that they have a shot. I don't think they have a shot with Anthony Richardson. If they start Anthony Richardson, he's going to play 4, 5, 6 games, get hurt, and then now you have to go to Daniel Jones 7 weeks into a season.
Yeah,
That's
and we can't even we can't even play the like if he was healthy thing
no,
anymore.
there's no
Like like
with him. There's never been is if he was healthy. He's never been healthy, and when he was, he's never been a great quarterback.
no,
He's a
not
freak
really.
athlete, but
So then I guess
it's a shame that NFL scouts tricked the Colts into believing they had a top 5 pick on their hands.
the question we might have answered already, but I mean, are there any chances left?
Yes,
Okay,
outside
you
linebacker.
say yes. So fucking hell. I did look at like some teams, and I'm thinking of maybe future questionable QB situations, or just after this year. But I'm looking at all right. Say maybe this is the last straw for Tua in Miami, and I'm not looking at and before you say anything, I'm looking at solely Anthony Richardson being brought in to
Being on
be
a
on the
team.
depth chart as a quarterback.
Yeah,
Yes. So I'm saying like, okay, maybe Miami they give up on Tua. I could see a situation like that. Once Aaron Rodgers leaves, I have no clue what direction Pittsburgh even thinks they're going to go in. Um, New Orleans any day, like
yeah,
any possible day
yep.
on like the calendar. Stafford, I don't know how much longer he's going to be in LA. Carolina, Chicago. I mean, I guess they could, but they're if they fail, they're gonna be right back at 1 or 2 spot picking
Exactly.
at the draft.
Yeah,
They're not picking up Anthony Richardson.
no, and
Um,
and the Colts have been a team that, I mean, outside of 2012 and what 22 when AR got drafted, they don't really get those ultra high draft picks. They're usually in a relatively decent place. I mean, never good over the past 15 years, um, but yeah, like I can see him being brought into a team. I can see him getting traded sort of midseason if one of the 8 Saints quarterbacks get hurt and you need a guy to play Wildcat. Um,
See, that's the thing though. I'm looking at teams like the Rams might try a Stetson Bennett before an AR.
but
The
Stetson
Dolphins might try a Quinn Ewers before an Anthony Richardson. Like they already got guys that they might try if all things go to shit.
and there's also a ton of guys. I don't know if there's a ton, but there's some quarterbacks coming up through college, and there always will be.
There always will be.
Like
There will always be somebody at the number
Arch
one
is going
pick.
to be the number 1 draft pick either next year or the year after, regardless, honestly, of like if he's the best quarterback or not.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I mean
it's
regardless of how good he is, if he is the best quarterback available next year,
yeah,
the whatever team that is in need for a quarterback the most, that's picking the earliest, is going to take him.
for sure.
Um, but at the end of the day, Anthony Richardson lost his spot to Daniel Jones. So I don't know how many teams are going to look at it and be like, well, like here's the talent we have, and say it's what worse than Daniel Jones. Like, are they gonna like you would? So I'm just thinking like you
The
gotta have
the
somebody.
gauge is Daniel Jones now.
It's like, okay, so if we believe that nobody in this locker room could beat Daniel Jones for a spot for QB1, then we'll bring Anthony Richardson in.
Yes.
So the Saints, and that's about it. I'm not gonna lie, it's the Saints. That's it. Just the Saints. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens with Anthony Richardson. Probably have to wait until next year, or like you said, maybe a trade goes down. I don't know. I don't know if he gets traded this year unless Daniel Jones is like, shit, we're 5-1. You might as well just pack your bags, buddy. Like,
Well, you know
we're
what's
done.
like now? Granted, the Colts said that they plan to have Daniel Jones as a starter for the entire year. Um, Obviously, if Daniel Jones gets hurt, what I said? If Daniel Jones gets hurt, okay,
Gets hurt. Yeah,
yeah.
if Daniel Jones gets hurt, yeah.
If he gets hurt, AR has a chance. It sounded weird coming out of my mouth. If he gets hurt, he has a chance. But I had a point.
Well, all you were saying is the Colts said that they were going to rock with Daniel Jones all year. So, if he does get hurt, Anthony Richardson has a chance. But if Daniel Jones doesn't get hurt, then I mean he's
But I
probably
mean,
going to join
I don't know. Even still, like, oh, that's what it was.
There you go.
Apparently, his agents are like fuming,
Yes.
and they're like, we're so confused. This wasn't a part of the plan. This is the NFL. You can lose your spot to anybody. That would be like if Shador was like, what the fuck? Joe Flacco? It's like, no, they brought in Daniel Jones to have a legit competition, and they found out so early that Daniel Jones was going to be the starter that they didn't have a competition.
Yeah, I mean, credit to fucking Shador and anybody else on his PR team. He ain't bitching like, I got a 40-year-old starting over me. It's like, at least, I mean,
That
like,
was the plan.
even if you do feel that way,
Yeah.
we don't know that. We don't know you feel that way, but you got Anthony Richardson. His agents, I saw it was something like they're gonna be making some calls or something along the lines of that. I don't know. I'm not sure what they have in store. So
It's like, I don't know how that could, like, I get that. I guess the Colts the entire time have been saying, oh, AR is our guy, or we're going to have a QB competition, or whatever the fuck. I don't know how that blindsides you.
No, I don't think they're surprised at all. I think, if anything, I mean, this is just them kind of not coping, but like they kind of have to.
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony Richardson, his statement was pretty simple. Like, I'm not mad. Like, it is what it is. I get it. So
It's like when, like in baseball, when a player gets thrown out of the game, your manager has to come out, yell at the ump, and get thrown out of the game, just so you don't look like a sack
but
of
it's
shit.
also like, this isn't like a parent. Like, if a parent was
this
doing
isn't
this,
his mom.
you would think the agent would be like, "Yo, mom, like stop, like shut up."
Yeah.
But this is the agent who's running their mouth.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I'm sure when Kaepernick's wife was on Twitter or whatever,
Yeah.
like I'm sure Kaepernick's agent was like, "Yo, like this
Chill
is
the
not
fuck out.
like bro, we got you on the phone with John Harbaugh right now.
Yeah.
Like stop it." But
Instead,
I
the
don't know.
agents of AR are blindsided, fuming.
Blindsided, nice. I guess we'll have to make a part 2 to that movie. And it's just Anthony Richardson getting cut. Okay.